speech is all about global warming. Humans have populated the Earth for about 200,000 years, but when will we stop and realize that our very existence and the planet we call home could potentially come to an end? Earth is a planet that needs a specific balance in order for its inhabitants to survive, and that balance is being threatened by the presence of humans every day. Today, I will inform you on the science behind global warming, the current and future effects, and steps we can take to bring global warming to a halt. The three main points that we will discuss will include information on how greenhouse gases increase the temperature of Earth's atmosphere, the cause and effects of climate change all over the world, and how to help stop global warming right from our homes. To understand the science behind global warming and climate change, we must first understand greenhouse gases, what they are, and how they affect our atmosphere. The term greenhouse gas gets its name due to the way the gases create a blanket of heat and moisture around the Earth, in the same way an actual greenhouse traps heat and moisture to keep plants and vegetation alive. Some of those gases in our atmosphere consist of mostly water vapor, and then smaller amounts of carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and chlorofluorocarbons, or CFCs. Water vapor can be the most harmful because the more water vapor there is in the air, the more clouds there are to absorb heat, which then causes our atmosphere to heat up even more. According to NASA, since the Industrial Revolution began, humans have increased the amount of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere by more than a third. Global warming also isn't just the Earth's temperature increasing, it also includes a variety of temperature extremes, whether it's highs or lows. This can explain the increased intensity of winters and summers over the past few decades. Some examples of how global warming has caused climate change include shrinking ice sheets and glacial retreat. NASA has presented evidence of the Greenland and Antarctic ice sheets decreasing in size and how Greenland lost an average of 281 billion tons of ice per year between 1993 and 2016, while Antarctica lost about 119 billion tons during the same time period. The melting of our ice sheets and glaciers also causes sea levels to rise, which then causes severe flooding in some regions. Many scientists agree that it is more than 95% probability that humans are the primary cause of global warming after 1950. Human activities, including deforestation and burning fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas, emits high amounts of carbon into our atmosphere. According to UCS USA, scientists have found ways to differentiate between natural sources of carbon and fossil fuel sources by seeing which carbon atoms are lighter or heavier. Scientists agree that this proves that humans burning fossil fuels has been one of the main contributors of the carbon in our atmosphere. The human's impact on global warming has also affected fluctuating temperatures that have caused an increase of rain patterns, hurricanes, wildfires, flooding, and droughts. According to the Earth Observatory by NASA, global warming could affect storm formation by decreasing the temperature difference between the poles and the equator. The warmer temperatures increase the amount of water vapor in our air, which results in a very hot, humid environment. This humid environment is the perfect setting for storms and could potentially increase their intensity. According to The Atlantic, if global warming were to happen, the effects would include disruption of societies, ruining farmlands and agriculture, and increased real estate value. If sea levels rise, areas like Florida with high populated coasts could be in danger of severe flooding. Climate change also impacts land and whether the land is suitable for growing crops. If an area gets too much rain or is affected by droughts, agriculture is going to be heavily impacted. As we already know, Earth has very limited amounts of available land. After global warming, real estate values will start to fluctuate as climate change forces areas to flood or forces areas to become uninhabitable due to droughts. Okay. Although it may seem like we have a long ways to go, the first step towards change starts with the people. Global warming is such a colossal issue, it may appear as though we can't make a difference, but that's not true. Small but impactful changes you can make at home include using LED light bulbs instead of regular incandescent bulbs, unplugging appliances when you're not using them, turning off the faucet while you brush your teeth, eat less meat, and ensure that your home is well insulated so that your AC doesn't run as much and saves energy. It may not seem like it, but there are many things we can do in our daily lives to reduce our carbon footprints. Investing in renewable energy sources like water, solar, and wind power can increase our chances of converting our communities to sustainable energy. It is also very important to keep up with your local representatives in your government and educating yourselves on their environmental stances. We must also consider reducing emissions by investing in electric cars or keeping up with your car maintenance to increase gas mileage. Defunding fossil fuel companies that use oil, natural gas, and coal production is also essential because these companies will use up Earth's non-renewable resources until there is nothing left. Despite the devastating impacts of global warming caused by humans, we still have many opportunities to innovate our technology, energy sources, and lifestyles. I am hopeful that you have learned a substantial amount of information on greenhouse gases, effects of global warming, and ways we can bring change. I encourage you to execute some of these approaches in your home and community. Global warming can be a controversial topic in some cases, but it is still very important to stay educated and informed. In order to implement change and to better our world for future generations, we must fight for this planet that we call home. Thank you.